Good afternoon, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. For those that don't know this, I'm Matthew and this is Matthew Hawker Gaming. So today we're going to do a video, it's a continuation of my video game pickup series. And for those that haven't seen the channel before, my name's Matthew. I collect video games, mainly physical ones. I also do some other content, but don't worry about that for now. I mean, you need to say, I haven't done one of these. So today we're going to do a continuation in my pickup series of videos, which I showed my video game, basically what I've added to the collection. I haven't done one of these since the end of last year, so it's about 6 months I've done the last one. So today we're going to show you what I've been buying, a little bit about what I paid for each item, some of the values. Obviously I've got some bargains in there for sure, and then a little bit about about the games and various things like that. I mean, say for those that haven't before, please smash that like and subscribe button, and then you say it helps to grow the channel tremendously and it enables me to keep doing these videos. Alright, so we're going to start out with the first lot. I would say basically I'm going to say, before we go into the video, we're going to say the things that have been influencing the video game collecting this year have basically been it's the Xbox 360 store, which is one of my favorite machines to collect for. The Xbox 360 store is closing. As of this video, it's within a couple of weeks of the thing. I think it's the end of this month. I can't remember exactly the date. And you need to say I've been trying to get some more Xbox 360 games. And you need to say I'm quite a big Xbox 360 collector. I've got 300 and something games in my collection. And you need to say, I'm going to link my collection as always. I'm going to link my collection on price charting as always. And you say it will show all my entire collection, not just the games that are in this video. And you need to say, yeah, so the 360 store is closing. So good luck for those that are trying to get the games before the digital store shuts, as no doubt the games on the platform are going to go up in price. I mean, you said, but there's not just going to be 360 games in the video, there's going to be a lot of other stuff as well. Anyway, so we'll just get into it for now. We're going to start off with my first lot of games. I'm just going to bear with me. I'm going to say we're upstairs filming today. For those that haven't seen, this is a brief panorama of the room. And when you say I find it easy to film up here in the room because I've got downstairs, I've got various distractions from various things. And when you said we're filming upstairs, those that don't know, my pets, my chinchillas are next door. And when you say they're not going to get into this room, you probably never get them out of this room. And when you say we're going to carry on now, I've got my piece of paper with the prices and things on. So we're going to start with the first. Bear with me while I pick up some games. Yep, drop the first pile. And then say, don't worry, I'll get them. Right. I've got the first pile, and we're going to be filming on my mat today, which is Red Man of Madness mat. It's a Magic related mat. It's my friend's eBay store. Don't worry about that. We need to say I also do various Magic the Gathering content as well. Right, so we're going to go into the first set of games. I'm going to tell you where I got each game, and then I'm going to quote the price charting value. Okay, the first game I got was Alien Isolation. So this is a Xbox One game, and you say it's a survival horror game. It's basically by Creative Assemblies, as you can see the CA mark on the case, and it's marketed by Sega. So Creative Assemblies was basically fairly local to me. I'm going to say I'm based in Surrey in the UK. And then you see Creative Assemblies is based in Sussex, it's based in Horsham, and it's been there since the 80 something, I think it's 87 maybe, and they're more known for the Total War games. Anyway, Alien Isolation is like a survival horror game. It's more like a Resident Evil set in space with that. I haven't played this one. I've played things like Dead Space and various other games, so I'll get around to playing this one at some point. Looking forward to it. This is the Ripley edition. There's another edition as well called the Nostromo edition, I believe, based on the I've seen the Alien films, but I mean I've only seen the first. I think I've seen the first three Alien films, and maybe Alien vs Predator or something, but I haven't seen all of the Alien films. Alright, I paid £5 for it. It was from the charity shop. Not a big profit on this one. It's going for £6.66. Alright, so the next lot. So for those that don't know, so a lot of my viewers are apparently based in America, according to the stats. So a charity shop is the equivalent of a thrift shop in America, and it's basically that. And you say my next games did not come from the source. They come from what's called a car boot sale that are basically European in origin. It's basically where people sell their games out of backs of cars, generally in car park or field. Anyway, the first game is Super Monkey Ball Step and Roll. I've got the other Monkey Ball game, and there's more recent Monkey Ball games that came out more recently than this, but this is the Wii one. This is a Wii one, as opposed to there's some other ones. The one that distinguishes this from a normal Monkey Ball game. Monkey Ball is a really hard game. The difficulty is very high. For those that don't know Monkey Ball, you're trying to guide a monkey in a ball through like an obstacle course, and then you have to balance the monkey across the course with it falling off the thing. So now this is compatible with the Wii Balance Board. I've mentioned the Wii Balance Board in my videos before, and this will probably make the game even harder. Anyway, so this Monkey Ball, basically you play it with the balance board, and it's going for iPad. This is from a trade stand at the car boot. For those that don't know trade stands are basically what people that kind of do they're there every week. Their stuff is more pricey than the general public, but they're there every week, and sometimes they have some good deals. This one's okay in price. I paid all the next 4 games I think you're going to see all from this one stand, and they're pretty much every week. They're one of my locals. I mean, you say I've gained another car boot back as well recently. So I used to have one that came and then it went away for a bit and came back again. So I'm now at like 2 car boots on most week. Anyway, this is Monkey Ball Step and Roll. Paid £5 and it's going for $5.33. Then we've got Crash, some Crash games. And as I say, I've only really got into Crash recently. I started on the Crash the Insane Trilogy on the PS4, and then that was the first one I played. I played it on my PS5. And then I tried to collect some of the other Crash games because I'd never bought them originally. I think I missed the boat on the PS1 games. I should have probably got them when they were cheaper. Anyway, this is Crash, Twin Sanity, I believe, on the PS2. I believe all these games are complete with the manuals. These ones, unless I say otherwise, are. So I paid £5, going for $6.94. And there I've got Crash Wrath of Cortex. Again, paid £5. Oh, sorry, I forgot to write the price on that one. Don't worry. Oh, bear in mind, sorry, these. If I'm based in Europe, I'm in England, in the UK. So most of these games, unless I say otherwise, are going to be PAL games, which, as you can see by the PlayStation 2, this is a platinum game on the best of, or whatever you call it in the other territory. Anyway, it's got a PAL tag in the top right-hand corner. That's a good thing. I'm sorry, I couldn't quite get the price on that one. Okay, so that's that one. And then, okay, I need to, then I went to, so we're going to have a quick break from the actual games and go on a bit more to the hardware. So I went to Game to renew my PlayStation subscription, my PS Plus subscription, and they had this on offer at the same time. So this is the PS5 current controller. This is the DualSense one. This isn't the Pro one. This is the DualSense. So this is the PS5 controller, which was on offer. I paid what would be $64.99. I paid $44.98. This is called Starlight Blue. A kind of a little thing on what I think about the PS5 controller. I like the PS5 controller, but I don't like it as much as the Xbox controller. The thing I find it is a bit annoying about it is I prefer, for when I'm playing with racing games, I quite like having the triggers underneath, like on the Xbox pad, as opposed to the raised shoulder buttons on it. It's also substantially heavier than the other pads for when you're lifting it. It's got quite a weight. It's due to the haptic feedback in the pad. Anyway, I paid $44.98, and I will just tell you how much it's going for now. It's going for about the same. It's going for 44 something, so it's about right on the price. Anyway, that's I like that colour of PlayStation controller. And you say blue's my favourite colour, not in Magic, but in actual thing, it is my favourite colour. Right, I was just going to find the next set in the row. Right, so next I got something a bit special. And I'm going to say, I'm just going to move some of the stuff so I can show it to you in a bit better detail. Sorry about that. I'm just picking it up. Right. This is probably my best purchase of when I got it anyway. So technically it's probably this year. So I got this original Game Boy at the car boot. I saw this on a trade stand. I know the guy. I've seen. He's been there for years. He was in a documentary on Channel 5. I might have mentioned this before, but like, yeah, the guy's called Graham anyway. Anyway, I found this on the stand, and I was like, well, what? I looked at the game. I opened it, and it's an original Game Boy. Sorry for that. I'm trying to open this and do it one-handed. So it's an original Game Boy. It's in good condition. It's got a couple of defects on it, so it's not going to come out very well on this. But like, as you see, it's not bad condition. It's quite clean. The battery cover is intact. There's no leakage inside. It's missing the edge connector on the side, and like the Tetris game isn't in there, but it does have all the manual and the documentation. So that's the original manual and documentation. So I was like, what do you want for your Game Boy? And he was like, I want 50 for it, which is 50 is the UK currency. It's pounds basically. And I was like, well, I looked at it and thought about it, and I was like, it's not all complete. And he was like, what would you do? I think so. In the end, I basically got him down to £30, which I was prepared to pay 30 for it. And he say, I don't think you'll see one in that kind of condition. Anyway, the screen and that would be replaceable. I've tried it out for a while, so to see if it works, and it does work. It's fine. The battery cap's fine, and I'm sure you can either. So it originally came with. I'll show you the box. The box, unfortunately, is a bit. It's like kind of floppy and not loose compared to what it should be, but it's in really overall good condition. Anyway, I paid 30. It's going for quite a lot. So this is assuming it's mint condition and complete. It's 204, going for 204.36. According to price charting anyway. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but that's what price charting says. Anyway, I'll be able to put find a copy of Tetris, and it used to come with a cheap, I can't see if you can see it from the pack, but it came with a pair of cheap headphones it came with. And I'm sure I should be able to find some of those to make it a complete. Anyway, that was probably my best purchase of the year, no spoilers. Oh, there's some other good things, but that was probably the best car boot purchase anyway, and probably one of the best one of the year. Anyway, now we will move back to the charity shops and see what we got from there. So now we're going to carry on with some PlayStation games. We'll get to some more Xbox games. Don't worry, there'll be something for everyone in here. So this is Horizon Zero Dawn. So this is a PlayStation 4 game. I got it. I believe they gave Horizon as, what was it, the summer of PlayStation, whatever it was during COVID, to keep the people inside and playing the games. I believe they gave it away. Anyway, Horizon I've played, I enjoy it. Currently there's also his sequel, which is Horizon Forbidden West. I haven't played that one. And there's also the PlayStation VR game, PS2 VR game that I haven't played. I haven't got PSVR anyway. Anyway, so the Horizon Zero Dawn, good game, nice open world kind of game. Paid £1.50, going for £3.61. Now we go on to the 360. So we've got Batman Arkham Asylum. This is the Game of the Year edition. So this is the Game of the Year one, which has the additional content. I can see the tag on the front. It's a Children's Trust tag. So I paid £2 for this one. It's going for £5.04. And we go on to some Xbox. So I got NBA 2K18. So I paid £3, going for £2.40. PS3 games, so say PS3 games are getting rarer, and generally I think PS3 games are more expensive than their Xbox 360 equivalents. I'm mainly an Xbox collector, but I do have PlayStation as well. I have like most of the consoles. Alright, this is Ridge Racer 7. I haven't played Ridge Racer 7. I imagine I believe it's to be similar to Ridge Racer 6 with maybe a bit more additional content on it. Paid £3, going for £6 something. All these PlayStation free games came as part of one place. I believe it was where I got a big collection of DS games, which I showed on my previous video. Anyway, this is Need for Speed The Run. I'll say I like Need for Speed games. This is not going to be the last Need for Speed game in this video. This says it's a limited edition, but I don't really believe that to be the case. It doesn't look anything like a limited one. It's got like a normal thing. Anyway, I've played Need for Speed is a fun arcade-style racing game. I like arcade-style racing games. One of my favourite genres of games outside the shooting games and RPGs kind of thing. Alright, so it's Need for Speed The Run. I paid £3, going for £4.50. Oh, before I go on any more, as I say, there's going to be a giveaway in this video. We're going to give away, we're going to do my first game giveaway. It's going to be a digital game. It's going to be on the Steam platform. So if you have a PC, stick around and you might be able to claim that. When you say there's going to be a game giveaway later in the video, or I'll save your thing. You have to watch to the end to find out what it is. Anyway, it's going to be in the I'm going to put the game in the comment section below, and there's going to be a first come, first served. It's going to be a code basically to redeem. Okay, so then we go on to Bloodstone 007, which is a James Bond game. I mean, you say most of the James Bond I've played quite a few James Bond games. The iconic one is GoldenEye, for instance, that started life on the N64, and that's the iconic James Bond game. This is another one. I haven't played this one. This is Bloodstone 007, and for some reason this one costs £4 rather than the £3 I paid for all the other games in this sequence. It's going for £6.56. Then we got Rock Band, which is not Rock Band than regular one. This is Lego Rock Band, where it's more interesting than the normal one. Anyway, I expect it. You think Lego game's going to be a below average difficulty setting. Anyway, Lego Rock Band is one of the additional Rock Band spin-off kind of things, along with the Band Pacific ones and that. I forgot I didn't have the guitar controller or anything for the PlayStation. I've got the equipment for the Xbox, so this one isn't particularly useful to me. Anyway, I paid £3. It's going for £5.42. All right, that's that stack. Anyway, I'll just get on to my friend. So basically, when I get games, I have various ways to get them. They're normally charity shop, car boot, or like Facebook Marketplace is another good one. And then there's some other ones. But now, I knew someone, basically one of my friends, worked in one of the charity shops, and he basically could get me the games before they went to the shelf. So if you build up your relationship with the people in the shops, they can basically give you that's the view from the gate, from the window outside. It's quite sunny today in the UK, and as we show, I've just basically, those are a selection of my various console boxes and various hardware in the back. Okay, so we'll carry on. Yeah, so this selection of games came from my friend. They basically were never on a shop shelf. They basically, he got them and basically sold them to me directly. Anyways, thanks to Sam and Oxfam for these games. Anyway, so there's going to be a selection now. So we start with Ratchet and Clank. Basically, I only started playing Ratchet and Clank games on the current one, on the PlayStation 5. I got it on the as part of the PlayStation the subscription service, so I started playing that, and I was like, oh, I want to try some more. So then I worked my way back to the early games. So this is Ratchet and Clank. I think this is the first one. As you see, it has what looks like an old Game Station tag on, which was one of the older UK retailer. Now you've basically got CX and Game in the UK, and like Game and that aren't doing very well. I'll go into that a bit more in detail later. Alright, this is Ratchet and Clank. As you see, it has a 2 for £20 sticker on it. I didn't pay that. I paid, as you said, I paid the £5 on the back. It's going for slightly more on that one. That's going for £5.60 something. And in Ratchet and Clank 3, also that's on Platinum. I'd rather have the original Black Label version of games. I know there's people that collect the Platinum equivalents, like Retro Ghetto, or check out Retro Ghetto on YouTube. He's also another good English YouTuber. He's going for like complete sets of various different games. He also likes Xbox 360 and various stuff as well. Sorry, I can't remember the price on that one, so we won't leave that for now. Spyro. So most of these I'm going to be. I paid £5 for this. Spyro Heroes Tale going for £8. I've still yet to play a Spyro game. I'll get around to it at some point. Then we go Jak 2. Paid £3 for Jak 2. It's going for £5.45. Then we go on to some Xbox One. So this is UFC 2. As you see, it's got, I can't remember the female fighter. I should know. I've started watching UFC relatively recently. I've just got a BT TV package thing, and it's Conor McGregor's the other one. He was on the series ago of Ultimate Fighter as one of the coaches. Right. Anyway, that's UFC 2. I paid £1 going for £4.45. And then we go into some Kinect games. I haven't got a Kinect for either the Xbox machines. I mean, you see the Xbox One launched with bundle basically that basically made you pay extra for the Kinect kind of sensor, and basically whether you liked it or not. Anyway, this is Kinect Sports Rivals. I don't know if it's going to be like Wii Sports or not. I imagine it is. But like, okay, so this one I paid £1. It's going for £11.74. Probably the most expensive game I got in this lot, and probably, yeah, and one I wasn't expecting much from. I'll play it at some point. Fighter Within, another kind of like beat 'em up style kind of game with Kinect in it with the camera. Paid £1, going for $4.97. And we got some Forza 2. Obviously played Forza, most of the Forza games. I didn't have a physical copy of this, so I got this one. I paid £1. Oh no, I think I got that free because they were the disc didn't look in great condition. I've got a disc resurfacer if I need it anyway. Then we got Dirt 2, paid £1, going for £5.53. Just didn't have that one. I've played some of the other Dirt games. And then we got the Steep, a snowboarding game, paid £1, going for £5 something. Right, that was that little lot. You say thanks to Sam and Oxfam for those. Thank you very much. One of my magic buddies as well. Now we move on to another stack of things. Right, so we go on to these. There's going to be a nice little collection here. So I can't remember about where all these came from. So this is, I apologise if there's any glare in the background. I think the lighting's not set up entirely. Right, so this is Wii Sports Resort. I didn't have a copy of this, believe it or not. And so honestly, I've never played Wii Sports on the Wii. It's one of my games I've just never played it. I mean, I was prepared, I wanted to get, so I got this from the car boot. The guy asked me what I want to pay for this one, and I was like, well, this one's missing the manual. It's probably, in mint condition, it's kind of a £10 game. And like, I was like, what do I want to pay for it? I said, like, would you take a fiver? And he took £5 for me. It's more a trade stand. Anyway, it's going for £8.8 in this condition. There's no manual in this one. All the other games in the video are going to be complete unless I say otherwise. Anyway, Wii Sports Resort, something I'll play at some point. Right, so this is one I got for free, technically. So this is Dragon's Quest Monsters. So this is the Pokemon, like, this is it's not like the original Dragon's Quest. This is more like a Pokemon game instead. So you basically capture various monsters and everything. This has got all the various iconic Dragon's Quest things in it, like the slimes and that. And it originates from, Dragon's Quest Monsters originates on the Game Boy. I believe there was a Game Boy Color game. I remember playing the original game, and this is one of the newer ones in the series. Anyway, it's quite good. I'll get back to it at some point. I didn't finish it. It was technically, I got it with game credit, which are like loyalty points. So basically, it didn't cost me anything. Basically, it just cost me reward points that I built up from getting various games throughout the year. Anyway, I got this. This was my first Switch game I got this year anyway. Right, so there's that one. So that basically, that's going worth about 30 at the moment. So now we go on to some more unusual things. So we go on to, so this is Donpachi. So this is Donpachi, the PS4 version, which plays on the PS5. It's worth bearing in mind you can play all PS4 games on the PlayStation 5 with a couple of exceptions. PS4 games are not region locked. You can play them on any machine, because I've played these on my English machine, no problems. Anyway, now bear in mind, so these games are basically by M2 Shot Triggers ports. They're ports of, generally they're of cave games. They're mostly cave shooters, ported to more recent hardware. They've got various different arrange modes. As you see, this is a Japanese game, so this is a thing. And as you can see, there's Japanese up the spine. As you can see on on Japanese PlayStation games, they have a certificate which goes A, B, C, D, with being A suitable for B and C, D, and D being an adult game. Alright, so this is Donpachi. The game originated on the PS4. This one's subtitle is Blissful Death. I got this from Genki, which is a video game importer in the UK. They basically import various games, and it's one of the better places to get it in the UK. Anyway, as you see, there'll be a few more games from Genki as well. I paid 60, it's going for 45. But then again, like all the shooters, you're in it for the long haul. They'll go up. This is also available on the Switch as well, I believe. I don't think there's an Xbox version. I'm pretty sure there's no Xbox version anyway. All right, that's Donpachi. Right, the next one up is Assassin's Creed. This is Assassin's Creed 2, which is the second game in the Ezio trilogy without going into any more spoiler territory. Anyway, the Assassin's Creed games are by Ubisoft, for those that don't know. I was missing this one. This was literally the only game in the series I was missing on physical, other than the spin-offs and like the handheld games that I haven't played. Anyway, this was the first Assassin's Creed game I played, bear in mind. So I paid £2. It's going for £3.10. I still think it's one of the best games in the Assassin's Creed sequence as well. I've played the more recent games, and they say Assassin's Creed is going off into Magic the Gathering. It's literally coming out this week as I speak. I'm filming this on a Thursday, and it's coming out like Friday, Saturday kind of time. So the Magic the Gathering is going to meet Assassin's Creed. All right, we're not going to go and dwell into that too much. All right, now for my biggest spend. Okay, so now this is a grow. So this was a grow for me. So this is Donpachi. So this is the one that hasn't been ported. Well, sort of hasn't been ported. This is the console version of an arcade game. It's only available. So this is a Japanese game again. This is Donpachi Saideju, as opposed to the more recent one, which I showed you earlier. Anyway, so this is the game that was the one that started life on the 360, and it also came to the arcade, and I believe you can still get, there's an EXA arcade board or something, but that's really expensive. Alright, this is not a cheap game. Anyway, this is Donpachi Saideju. So this is a Japanese Xbox 360 game, as you can see by the spine, and it's by Cave. And as I say, this one hasn't had a re-release. Anyway, this I paid $135 for. I got it from Video Game Imports. So I'll show you the Video Game Imports card that came in it at the moment. It's going for $123.89. So Donpachi is one of my favourite series of shmups. As you can see on the box, like the various things. So this has various different arrange modes. I feel this one is harder than some of the other Donpachi games I've played. I mean, you see, there's a beginner mode in that, and I can't even clear it on beginner. I haven't put as much time into it as a lot of the other Donpachi games. But like, I wanted to have a complete set of Donpachi games. Anyway, I don't know if the M2 shot triggers will port the other ones at some point, and I didn't want to wait, and I like having a physical 360 one anyway. Anyway, there's a selection of various different arrange modes. Anyway, there's the card that came with it. As you say, that's Video Game Imports. As you can see, they've got a website. You can check it out, and you can also see the telephone number on the bottom. And they've been specialising in Japanese games since 1991. So that's quite a long time to be in business. Anyway, I've been buying games from them for years. I've got various stuff from them. I've got some Neo Geo stuff from them and various other stuff. Anyway, as I said, Lee's the guy that runs it. Thanks very much to him. He had to phone me up saying the game, they were having trouble finding the game, but in the end they found it and they shipped it to me. It was just a day or so late. Anyway, thanks very much to Video Game Imports. We like them. Right, so that's Donpachi. Now we go on to my friend. Basically, this game also cost me nothing because I got it in with a load of other items. I got a test PlayStation and N64 and stuff. If you want to see that, look at my previous pickup video, and you'll get to see that in a bit more detail. All right, this is the game he basically forgot to get me at the time, and so this is Katamari Damacy. So this is the original roll 'em up or whatever. So I believe this has now been ported to the Switch, or was it one of the other games in the sequence anyway? Anyway, this is the original Katamari's game. I didn't pay any money for it. It's going for £8 something. Okay, that's that one. Right, so now we need to say something different. So I'm going to have to, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show this very well. All right, so I got a peripheral as well. So I got, first of all, I'll show you the game. So this is Ace Combat, a flight game. And I also saw that I paid £5 for it. As it says, I've played loads of other video game flight games. So it was only about the right price. I've played various other Ace Combat games, so that's going for £5.63. And as you see, I've got quite a few flight games on 360. Right. I also got a controller. I'll see if I can lift it. Ugh. I don't know, this is going to be the best view of it. Yeah, okay, that's the best view I'm probably going to be able to do. So I got this Thrustmaster, which is a flight stick. So this is for PC and PS3, apparently, according to the thing, whether it will be compatible. Yeah, so I'm interested in also getting various other different, like, peripherals. Like, I would quite like a racing wheel and that. Anyway, this was I paid 20 for this. Whether that was too much or not, I'm not sure. And I couldn't really find a pricing thing of what it was going for. But like, I thought I'd try it and see. And then maybe if it was decent enough, I could try and get a better one. Because these flight sticks and some of the racing wheels are quite expensive. I remember looking in Curry's recently at some of the racing wheels and flight sticks, and they were varying up to a couple of £100. Anyway, that's that one. One of the more interesting things. I'll try it at some point. It looks in good condition anyway, and it's like they said they guarantee it if it didn't work, that I could take it back. Right. Then we move on to, so this was going to be my first car boot Switch game. Is it, hold on, I remember if I got it at Car Boot or a charity shop. No, it was Car Boot. I got it from a Car Boot. Yes, this is my first Car Boot Switch game. It's only Just Dance 2020. But, like, I haven't tried one of these Just Dance games. I've played, like, the DDR kind of style of dancing games. But I've never tried one of these kind of style of dancing games. Anyway, Just Dance 2020. I paid £5. It's going for £9.80. Right, so now we're on the Switch. We're going to carry on with the thing. So basically, I've changed we changed how our internet and that, based in the house, we changed our entire thing. We went onto a BT EE TV package. Now my internet has basically we've changed it. So we're on full fibre. I'll go into a bit more detail later when I show you the TV box thing. So we've got BT/EE full fibre. It's the 150 meg one. So basically now I've also plugged in a lot of my consoles. I've used wired adapter now. I've got them plugged into a thing to give a better signal. Anyway, basically the Switch doesn't have a socket for it. So you had to get one of these LAN adapters and plug it in the back of the Switch. Now I can tell you with the adapter in, the Switch is a lot quicker. It's not quite the difference the PC speed plug it in, which was like, I think it was 3 times more. The Switch only went up a bit, but like it's still worth it. My drawback is you can't plug in the upscale. I was using an upscaler and it uses the same port, so I can't use that anymore, so I have to get a different upscaler. Anyway, that's the wired internet LAN adapter for the Switch. It's available everywhere. It's a common peripheral. You can look it up. It's not... Right, now we're going to go on. So I got some other stuff. So we're going to go to... Okay, so I got... For those that haven't seen these before, they're going to be in sharp intake of breath. And you can say, I got something amazing from the charity shop. I got these PS5 games from the charity shop, and as you can see on the tag, I paid £2. They've been in my video before, but like I'm still showing them because this Dead Space game is very good. I made my best of PlayStation game video. Check out my best of PlayStation game video. That was one of my most recent videos, and it did all right. It got a couple of 100 views. Anyway, this is Dead Space, the remake on the PlayStation 5. I've played the original series of games which originate on the Xbox 360, PS3 era. Anyway, this is Dead Space, the remake. It's a new one. I mean, I've only got to about the 2nd chapter. Anyway, these are PS5 games. If you look, you might be able to find them, but like these are really cheap. I paid £2. This is about an average price for a game in a charity shop in the UK currently, I would think. Anyway, £2 going for £24.52. Although you can get the games digitally, I do like the physical. Another Need for Speed game, the most recent one, Need for Speed Unbound. It's probably a year or 2 old now, but like it's £2. And I say I've played both of these games. This one has a nice kind of risk-reward kind of mechanic, because you race during the day and like you do normal, and then more you can do more events at night, and you're more likely to be chased by the police if you're doing the events at night. So there's a kind of risk reward kind of element. I do like Need for Speed, and it's also by Criterion. I walk past that when I go to one of my weekly Magic drafts. It's in Guildford though, for those people who don't know. It's part of EA now. Anyway, Need for Speed I paid 2. It's going for £16 something. All right, those are the PlayStation 5 games. Right, so then I got another. I think I've just been invited to a Project FE playtest. I'll have to check that in a minute. Anyway, this is Ketsui Destiny. As it says, this is Ketsui, the port of the Xbox 360 thing. M2 shot triggers. It's got a lot of different arrange modes. It's got beginner modes, everything. I don't think I like it as much as Donpachi. It's a bit more military kind of setting. It's still a good game though. I paid quite a lot for it. I paid 75. I apologise if this one, was on one of my previous videos. I think I might not have got it into my collection, so I haven't showed the pricing. Anyway, it's going for $48.59 at the moment. Right, so those are those. Right, now we're going to go on to some old golden oldies kind of thing. So these are going to basically a long time ago, it's about 2004, 2005. I went to what's one of the video game shows in the UK. It's called Classic Gaming Expo. I know there's another one in America with that title, but like this is the UK one. It was in Fairfield Halls in Croydon. Anyway, so I'm going to show you some games I got from the raffle and them. I can't remember how much the tickets are, and I only basically just put them into my collection on price charting anyway. So because price charting I didn't feel is very good on certain earlier consoles, like some of the English computers I don't think they're very good on. Anyway, I'm going to show you some games and then we'll have a discussion. Right, so this is Meltdown on the Atari 7800, which it goes, for those that know the Atari systems, it goes to the 2600, which is the original one. 5200, I believe, is the next one. I'm not amazing on Atari. And then there's the 7800, which was the last one of those kind of line of consoles. There's also various Atari collections on various things and what are called the Atari Flashback series of consoles. And I believe there's some more recent Atari things that enable you to use them with more recent TVs. Anyway, this is Meltdown. This is completely sealed. This is completely sealed, and as you see, it's got all the bits on the thing. The box is slightly crushed. It's not mint, but it's sealed. Going for about 32, that one. Right, so we're going to move on to one of the older brothers. So it's California Games. This is the for the Atari 2600, basically. And this one is, these are all complete. This one isn't sealed. It's going for £15. And then we've got Decathlon, which is another of the bashing button kind of series of games, sort of similar to style and like track and field. That's going for about £13 something again. Then we go to another 360 game. So we've got Supreme Commander. This is the second one. I've also got the first one as well. But this is the one. Anyway, see, it's got Children's Trust tag on. That's where I got the PlayStation 5 games from. Probably one of my better thing. I also got some some Pokemon things from there in the previous one that I've showed before. Anyway, this is Supreme Commander. It's a RTS game on the 360, which I'm not a huge fan of the kind of RTS games on the console, but I did buy it anyway. Cost me £1 going for $4.99. Right, so now we're going to go onwards. So what have we got next? We've got, okay, so my brother for Christmas bought me this. So this is a Neo Geo cartridge. As you can see, if I just turn around, you probably see the Neo Geo box in the background. As you see, there's an AS box. So my Neo Geo is a Japanese model. It's basically mint in box, and I've had it for like 20 plus years now. I don't have many games for it, but this I wanted to play on my original hardware. So I feel this is one of the better ways to play on original hardware. And as you see, it says multi-game 1. It's 161 in one game card. It's the version 3 though, for those that don't. This is the most recent version of this cartridge. As you see, it's got 999 meg, and you see most original Neo Geo games didn't go anywhere near that large. Anyway, there's a couple of problems with it. I'll explain to it as well. So for something that's built as an all-in-one kind of cartridge solution, it doesn't have all the games on it. For instance, I've got 2 original AES games, and one I have NAM 1975, and I also have Samurai Showdown, the second one. And maybe you say NAM 1975 is not on this. There is also a couple of other games that aren't on it. But as you see, I can flip it. If you pause the video, you might be able to read it quickly off the back. And bear in mind, there's quite a lot of games on this, but there's not a complete set. Bear in mind, this is a cheap solution. This one cost roughly 100. Bear in mind, you can get this cheaper. You can get them from, they originate from China. They're basically, so you can probably get them cheaper from the source, but it depends how long you're prepared to wait for shipping and various functions like this. I haven't had many problems with it. There's a couple of things that it says you have to hold the start and the select button to reset the thing when you're trying to change the games. I haven't been able to do that on mine. I've tried two pads. I've tried the Neo Geo normal controller, the home arcade stick. I've also tried the CD controller, and neither of them will enable me to change the game without turning the unit off. But other than that, I haven't had any problems with it. Anyway, it's quite good for what it is. I don't know, say as it is what it is. Is it as good as the original games? No, but and you can also get more expensive solutions for this, like the Dark Soft cart and whatever. There's like another couple of solutions for it. Anyway, this one's fine for what it is. If you want to pick it up cheaper, I'm sure you can get it from China or what thing. It depends on the shipping on it. Anyway, as you see, it looks like an AES cart. Anyway, it works fine. Other than the select and start thing, I haven't really had any issues with it. Right, let's carry on. Got a PC game. This is Soldiers. I just saw another copy in the charity shop this week, actually. I mean, you say I forgot, I haven't shown this one. I just found it in my collection. Just floating around. I find games all the time that I've just forgotten about and haven't got around to putting them in on the thing. Couldn't really find a price for it on price charting. They're not very good on PC games. I looked on eBay. It was between $10 and $15. I couldn't find a pound sterling price. Anyway, that's Commandos. It's like an... sorry, it's not Commandos. It is similar to Commandos. No, it's like an RTS kind of thing. Then we have Double Dragon on the Amstrad, the original Double Dragon. Couldn't really find a price for it. Right, then we're going to move on to some more peripherals. I don't know if these are going to come out the best. So I got so this is the Tetris kind of thing. This is the Tetris Lite. I paid £5 in the charity shop for it. And it's basically a Tetris light that lights up. You can have it, you can see the pieces and it lights up. And you can have it stationary flashing, or I believe it reacts to music. Right, that's the Tetris Lite. Then we're going to show you some other stuff. So I got this little thing. I got this at the end of the last video. I think I've mentioned it on one of my comments in the last video. So I got this little chap. So this is the Game Boy Operator. This is about, I think it was around the 50 mark. So this is by a company called Epilogue. So this is a way to enable you to play your Game Boy games, your original Game Boy games on like a PC. So basically how these work is you've got, okay, so this is basically the unit. It comes with a cable like this. As you say, I've got Pokemon Leaf Green in it currently. And you basically plug it into the USB port on your PC. It enables you to play the game on the PC, on your TV, using the original hardware. You can also use, it basically enables you to check the carts, or it has a cart, like a detection feature in the cart that enables you to, it basically tells you if your carts are genuine. You can also basically use various other things to basically change the save. You can basically dump the games to your PC, and you can also put like duplicate save files and stuff. So it's a way to preserve your games. I don't use it to do anything particularly thing. I've also been able to use it to inject the events into the Pokemon games that you could get on originally. Right. Anyway, that's the GB Operator by Epilogue, and I'm going to show it will enable me later to show some gameplay from various games on the Game Boy. I do various gameplay videos as well, so I'll show you some of those at some point. Right, I also got this, which is this a PlayStation pad? No, it's an alarm clock. It's the official alarm clock. It was in the sale. I paid somewhere around a tenner. It works fine. It basically does what it enables you to set the alarm and make sure I wake up in time to go to my magic events. All right, it's a lot lighter than the official PlayStation pad for sure. It weighs virtually nothing. Very quite light. Right, there's that. That was the PlayStation alarm clock, and then move on. So I got the air duster. So this is available on Amazon, and it basically is a nice way enable you to clean various things, various electrical things. It's got like a selection of nozzles, like 7 or 8 nozzles. I use it mainly to clean the PC and various other things. Right, I also got the so we basically, I said we changed the TV system. So we basically went to basically we changed the internet. So we basically changed all the TV. So we went to one of these. So this is the EE and BT, which is in the UK the system. So this is basically we changed. So we're on what's called EE full fiber. I believe it's the 150 megasecond one. So basically, we've changed the TV. So now basically we have all the... So in the UK, you basically have various... The default your TV channels are basically BBC, ITV. Then you have basically what's satellite TV of that, so of which it's Sky. So we have all the original channels, all the Sky channels. You also have various, by buying this TV package, we have all the sports channels, all the film channels. Literally, you basically get films from when they come in the cinema to they go on to Sky in 6 months. We basically have all the live sport. I watch mainly for my brother, but I watch wrestling and MMA, right? And then you get like Netflix Premium, so you basically can watch Netflix with you don't know ads. You get quite a lot. You can get the 4K. You can get 4K on Netflix. The problem with some of the TV channels is some of them are basically they're just at SD, they're standard definitions, but most of them are high definition. There's not technically any TV that's at 4K other than like the on-the-demand options. Only one of the sports channels is at 4K, and that's the premium sports channel that has HDR, and there's only one of those anyway, and it depends what it shows. All right, there's that. Anyway, thank you for that. Right, now for those that are still with us, we're going to get on to I've basically, not only a physical game collector, I buy digital games as well. I'm going to tell you what I got digitally. So basically, we're going to go on to what I bought digitally. So now I started... Oh, sorry, I'm trying to get these things. I'm trying to do it one-handed. I try and do these things. Right, so basically, I've been recently on my things, and we're going to do the game giveaway soon, so don't worry about that. I'm going to explain a little about this. So basically, I've discovered recently on various on PC, there's various ways to get various games on PCs. You've got various good ways to get games. Once you've got a PC... it's a lot easier to get free games and cheap games on it than consoles, for instance. Anyway, I've recently learned about Humble Bundle. So Humble Bundle is a good site. So check out Humble Bundle. You get basically you sign up. There's no membership. Well, kind of. There's not a thing at cost of it. You basically just make an account. And then they have various bundles that go on, and there are various ways to get the games for cheap. They give you Steam keys, which you redeem on Steam, and then you get various games for thing. So basically, all these bundles normally have about 100 plus pounds worth of value, and they're normally around the £15 mark. And then basically, these are for charity. Basically, so they go to various different charities, which I'll tell you a little bit about some of them, what charities they were for and stuff like that. Anyway, so I bought quite a lot of these bundles. I'll go through the ones I bought. I bought the first one I bought was Devious Deck Builders bundle. That was $15.59. It has these are basically various. They're generally roguelike deck builders, most of them. There's Flappy Knight, Grodin Quest, Zoti, Grodin Quest I gifted to my friend. That's basically like it's like Slay the Spire crossed with D&D was the way I described Grodin Quest to my friend. Zoti, I've played that one as well. That's pretty good. That's like it's more like a poker roguelike. I mean, so technically Balatro technically like a poker roguelike, but I think it feels more like poker than Balatro. Anyway, Zoti is like a poker roguelike. Motoshi, a samurai deck builder. Book of Hours, Astria, six-sided oracles, so that's like a dice building roguelike, and Dungeon Drafters. Anyway, that was $15.50. Then we got the Fungeon Crawlers bundle, which was $11.99. We got Devil Spire, we got Hell Slave. Devil Spire, Hell Slave, Going Under, Lunacid, Ceruleum Ultimate, which is like a monster, Pokemon kind of game. Myth Force, that's a bit like it's kind of like Borderlands crossed with a Saturday morning cartoon kind of show, like an 80s cartoon like Masters of the Universe or He-Man or something, Thundercats or something like that. And then Abalon Summoner's Fate. Then we got the Metroidvania bundle, £11.15. It's got Axiom Verge 1 and 2, Night Witch, which is like a bullet hell Metroidvania kind of thing. Death's Curse, Ghost Song, Cookie Cutter. Cookie Cutter I've been playing recently. That's quite good, although it's quite hard on some of the thing. And 9 Years of Shadow. Then we went for the Brutal Beat 'em Ups at $15.93. So I aim for about an hour on this, so we're getting there. And we say Brutal Beat 'em Ups were these are more the kind of sideways scrolling beat 'em ups that basically had a bit of a renaissance at Streets of Rage. Anyway, this beat 'em up bundle came with River City Girls 0, Battletoads, not as hard as the original Battletoads, I can tell you. Bud Spencer and Terence Hill Slaps and Beans, that's 1 and 2. River City Girls, I was playing that yesterday, that's quite good fun. River City Girls 2, haven't played it yet. Double Dragon Gaiden, Rise of the Dragon. Then I got the Talisman Complete bundle, which is £7.86. So that was like 50 plus items for Talisman. Anyway, I've got Talisman, the board game. Technically it's in the cupboard behind me, actually. I can't really get it out now. I'm going to do a video on my board games at some point. Anyway, I'm not going into all the items in the bundle, but like I enjoyed Talisman. It's fantasy snakes and ladders with a slightly more to it than that, but not much. Anyway, if you have affection for Talisman, it was quite good. Although most of these bundles are limited, they're not out for they're all time limited. So normally I'll tell you the ones that are currently on offer when I finish. Alright, we move on to the fully loaded Night Dive remasters. So these are basically a load of old style of shooters. They're technically what we define as boomer shooters. Anyway, Metal Jesus did a video on boomer shooters. Alright, am I a boomer? No, not really. Anyway, so I paid £16 for the bundle. There was Blood. There's Turok, so it's complete mostly all the Turok games. There's Turok 2 and Turok 3, which originate on the N64, which I think I've got original copies of anyway. But I don't know if they've got rid of like the fog that used to be on Turok to hide the drawing distance in those games. I haven't got around to playing them yet. Anyway, Singold, we got Forsaken Remastered, Doom 64, Rise of the Triad Ludicrous Edition. I've definitely got a physical Rise of the Triad on PC. Power Slave Exhumed. Right, then I got one, this is a game I just got regularly. So basically, the way these work is basically when you buy the bundle, you get a section of codes get sent to you, and then you basically just redeem them on Steam. You go to Steam, you go to redeem the code section, and you type, and you basically click, you can click the button and basically do it, and it will do it. So Aces and Adventures, that's another poker roguelike. I'm on a kind of roguelike kind of kick at the moment. I say I might do a video on that at some point. Right, then we got the Let 'em Cook bundle. I like cooking kind of things. I watch a lot of Food Network kind of shows on the TV. So I got this one. It went to a cooking charity. It cost $9.41. We got Plate Up. We got Diner Brothers. We got Cafe Owner Simulator. We got Epic Chef. We got Cooking Simulator with the Shelter DLC. Chef Full Menu Bundle, One Armed Cook, the Gourmet Upgrade, and Sugar Shack. Then it's the most expensive one. We got IGN at Home, that was 1966. We got Bread and Fred. And then we got the game we're going to give... Yes, I'm going to give away the next game, but as I say, that's going to be given away in my Magic video. If you want a copy of this next game, you're going to have to watch my Magic video to try and get it, because I'm going to give away that. If you watch my next Magic video, it's going to be given away in there. So the game is Grindstone. It's a puzzle game, which is a lot. You basically, it's like, in some ways, it's like a Tetris or column. You have to line up various things in sequence to get the thing. It originates on iOS. Anyway, I'm going to be giving you away a copy to one of my viewers. If you watch my next Magic video, it will be in there. And I can't read that one. We got Mech Warrior 5, which I've played. It's a good mech combat game. I mean, once I get into it, being able to because you can basically rotate the torso of the mech independently of the legs, so it feels a bit to me. Then we got Skullslinger Envoy of Death. High on Life, I played High on Life, I've tried that. It's basically like a Borderlands kind of game. Other than with it, you've got basically a set of weapons that talk, basically, and they swear quite a lot. The language in the game is quite coarse. Anyway, so you've got a talking knife and a talking dagger. Knife and like a gun, basically. I've played it for a bit. Anyway, then we got one of the bigger things. The thing was the Atari 50, which is the Atari 50 anniversary bundle, which comes with a load of games, basically old games, and they did some newer versions of those games on it. can't remember what that one is, so I don't remember. So that's that series of balls. Then we got I think this is the last bundle I got was Praying for the Planet. So it's Never Alone, £7.81 paid, Never Alone in the DLC, Alba Wildlife Adventure. And for those who know, I like my wildlife and animals, so I'm happy to give it to a wildlife charity. Beyond Blue, we've got Lake, we've got Gibbon Beyond the Trees, Carto Before We Leave. Anyway, those are those bundles. So now, if you're looking into Humble Bundle, so basically there's the 3 left on at the moment. There's a VR bundle, which I haven't got because I don't have a VR thing. I want to get a VR thing. If I have some money left over, it's not very much. It's about £8. So if you're looking to get some VR games, I'd look into that. It's on at the moment. There's also most of them are Steam bundles, but there's one on GOG. So there's a GOG bundle which is on currently. I probably won't get that one myself. And there's a Games Done Quickly bundle as well. Right. So there's that. So I got some other. So there's another service similar to this, which I got, which is called Fanatical. So with Fanatical, I got some various other things. So I got WWE 2K24, which I got. That was about 35% off. I like my wrestling, as you say. I know I got the TV box. I've been watching quite a lot of the wrestling. I've been getting all the pay-per-view kind of events. It's Money in the Banks this week, which I'm going to watch. And you say I do enjoy 2K24. It was the first of these kind of card-based collector modes. And you say I'm a Magic player. I like collecting cards and stuff like that. It's the first of those style of modes I've played. Anyway, I recommend 2K24. Check it out. I mean, don't forget though, people. Although I say about this, I forgot also not only the Xbox store is closing, but there's also the Steam sale. The Steam sale is on at the moment, so the Steam sale is a good way to pick up games. A lot of the games are reduced price, up to 90% in some ways. All right, the Steam sale's got at least another week and a bit left, 10 days, somewhere around that. Anyway, check out the Steam sale. Right, I also got this mystery games on Fanatical. They're literally mystery games. I don't remember how much they were. It's about £10 a bundle. I got all these were all mystery game. So I got Trifox, Ziggurat, The Ascent. So The Ascent I have played. I played it on Game Pass before. It's more like a action kind of shooter kind of thing. That one's all right. Don't mind having that. Although it didn't like the 8K option on the PC. Superstar Path, we've got Agilos, I believe that's available as a Switch limited edition. You've got Cyber Hour, Window Meadow, Minute of Islands, Prairie Stories, Heroes of Many, Orbital Bullet, Botwave, and 10-Second Ninja X. I think I played 10-Second Ninja on the Vita. Right. So then with the Switch, I renewed my subscription. I've got on the premium subscription, and I renewed my Pokemon Home subscription as well. PS5, I only got a couple of things digitally. So I got the Streets of Rage DLC. They gave away Streets of Rage on the PlayStation monthly games the previous month. Well, this month isn't looking very good on that. They're giving away like Borderlands 3, but it's just the base game. It's not the full game. They're also giving away, what's it? They're 2 smaller games. Well, a hockey game is one of the one of the NHL games, and something else that's only very cheap, then doesn't go for a lot. Anyway, I got Streets of Rage DLC because it's like the roguelike mode for Streets of Rage. I already had the base game and I was happy to pay for the DLC. And then I got Grim Grimoire as well, the vanilla game, which I had money left over from after I bought my PlayStation subscription. Oh, there's more games that came in the Fanatical. It's Dust to the Era, the All Blue Steam Legacy, Castle on the Coast, Neverwinter, Edna and Harvey, The Breakout, Shantae Half, Genie Hero Ultimate Edition. Oh yeah, I've got mixed up. So there was some more bundles. Okay, we only got 2 more, but we'll get there. So there was some more. These were still the they were still humble bundles. It's the Tiny Build IGN Live Showcase. I paid $11.79. So this is where we're giving this away. So this is the game I'm giving away. I'm giving away Graveyard Keeper and Stranger Sins. So Graveyard Keeper is a cross between like a Harvest Moon and kind of game with like some farming aspects, but you're building like a graveyard and stuff. So I'm giving you a copy of Graveyard Keeper and Stranger Sins. If you want to win this game, go to the pinned comments below the video and look for the code. If you type this in, you basically will be able to claim the game, okay? Anyway, so first come, first served. Good luck to those that are trying to claim the code. Anyway, the rest of the bundle had Streets of Rogue in it, Party Hard 2, Nitro Kid. Nitro Kid I've been playing. It's like a fun, it's kind of like a deck builder, but it has it's more with a martial arts kind of theme, with a kind of, it's not particular, you're basically on a map, and you basically have the movement aspect more associated with tactical RPGs rather than that. Also came with Hello Neighbor, Kill It With Fire, Not For Broadcast, Tinykin, Asturgis, Curse of the Stars, Cartel Tycoon, Hello Neighbor, Not For Broadcast. Basically, Not For Broadcast is similar. I think it would be similar in style to a Night Trap kind of style of game, because I remember Night Trap on like the Sega CD and that. But Not For Broadcast, you're looking at like a TV kind of thing, and you're basically taking control of various cameras, and that I'm looking forward to. I mean, most of these games get positive reviews. Then the Future Game Show Discovery Bundle, I got Ship of Fools. That's like a sailing kind of roguelike kind of thing, which is quite good fun. Lost in Play, Unguard, Deliver Us Mars, Entropy Center, Gloom Vista, and American Arcadia. These are other more games on Fanatical: Hellbound, Super 3D Noah's Ark. The Super Noah's Ark used to originate on the SNES, and that's just a port of that game. It basically was an unlicensed Wolfenstein clone with a semi kind of religious kind of theme. Anyway, the original game is pretty rare anyway. And then mystery games I got on the thing were like, this was Fanatical, I believe, it was Silver Pass, Untold Death, Retro Machina, Fennec, Cook Serve Delicious Free. And these were free games. I can't remember where they came from. 12 is Better Than 6, Crumble, and Chenso Club. If you're also looking for lower price games on the PC, I would also recommend every Thursday they give away a game on Epic Games. And so you don't have to like Epic Games or like Fortnite or anything like that. You don't have to pay any money to them. You just have to sign up. The account is free. You get a free game every Thursday. All right. And then you say that's the end of my video game pickups. And then you say thanks very much for watching. If you don't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. It helps grow the channel. We will hopefully do another one of these a bit sooner than the last one. I mean, this one took me 6 months since the last one. Anyway, we say thank you for watching, and we say it's Thursday. So I mean, Thursday is takeaway for me today. I'm going to have pizza today. I'm going to have fire away. All right, thanks very much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you again soon on the next one. Don't forget to check out the pinned comment for the free game giveaway if you want a copy of Graveyard Keeper. Thanks very much. I'll see you again soon. Bye.